Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dominique Chantel, the owner of Annick Beauty, and today I am trying to get back into the groove of things. I have been out of commission for almost 3 days. I have been sick, so don't judge me today if I don't look 100%. I have to look at my nails done. It's just a lot going on. However, we are going to thug it through. We're going to make it through today. I said today I'm not going to do my best. I'm going to try and do my best today, even though I don't feel 100%, but I'm still going to push through. Still going to thug it through because that's all I can do. I don't want to, I always feel like I'm wasting time or wasting days away when I could be doing something. But my mom always says, maybe that's your body telling you that you need to rest or something like that. But I think I rested long enough. So today I have some errands to run. My first thing I need to do is return something to Amazon. So return an item back to Amazon. And then I have some things that I have to do at the Happy Place. Mostly admin stuff. I have to put some labels on some candles. I have to steam some of my ropes because they've been in the boxes for so long, and I have an event that I'm going to be doing Saturday. Today is Thursday. And I want to get all of that ready. I hate for things to look wrinkled or look like they just been in a package and then you just hang it up. To me, that looks horrible. So I'm definitely gonna steam those robes out that I'm gonna be taking, and then I'll do a little bit of admin work. I have my email. One thing that I really want to get done today, or at least try to start tackling, is my emails. My emails are a hot mess. I pray there's not something that I have missed because I have so much going on in my emails. And I need to work on getting a new email address to try to link it to the old one. But I have to reach out to somebody, I guess, for Gmail for me to be able to do that. I have my website email address, but I need to have my own personal business email address. And that one is the one that I need to clean out and clear out. What I said in my last video is that I want to start working on my holiday decor and things like that for holiday, and what I'm going to be doing for holidays. I feel like this holiday I need to end the year with a bang. I need to try to do not overwhelmingly too many markets, but to at least do enough markets. And then also while doing that, I want to do some holiday gift sets, different gift sets for men, women, I don't know, maternity gift sets, anything, a gift set I want to do. I have other items that I want to bring out before actually summer is over and before winter comes. So I have some things that I want to do, and I need to start putting them into motion because time flies. We're almost at the end of July and it's crazy. Like I said, time is always flying. You never know. Tomorrow we'll blink and then we're in September, blink again and we're in Christmas. So there are things that I do need to start working on. I just always feel like when you're sick or when you're taking time off or whatever, their mind starts going a million miles an hour and you're just thinking of things like, oh, I'm doing this, I could be doing that, I should have been doing that. So that's always me when I'm like trying to take time off or whatever, and it's never good because you need to, your body needs to rest. You need to give your brain a rest. You can't be on go 24/7. That's just not humanly possible. But I say that, but I don't do it. But I'm working on it. So like I said, I'm on my way to drop off this return package for Amazon. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and head on to the Happy Place. I don't have that much time there today because I have a dentist appointment at 4 o'clock. But I do want to start packing up my things for Saturday's event. And this event that I've done it multiple times, so I'm familiar with how I want to do my setup and everything for that event. But I still want to pack and make sure I have everything for it. I'm not taking 2 tables this time. I'm only going to take 1 table. And then I'm going to take my shelf and my clothes rack, of course, for my robes. And that's about it. I'm not going to take too much stuff. That might still be much stuff, but so I have to take my shelf because that way I can display my candles and other little trinky things. But other than that, I'm just going to try to limit it because sometimes I do 2 tables, a 4-foot and a 6-foot, and then my shelf and the clothes rack. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do 1 6-foot table, with a layer, and then my shelf and a clothes rack, and that's it. Just to limit it. And then I need to and then finalize some events that are coming up for August that I really want to do. Holiday time markets, they're good times to do markets, and obviously that's the time when people are shopping, and that's when you can get the good markets in. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for holiday markets to start. Normally holiday markets start in September, so I'm excited about that. Can't wait. So I'm gonna go here right now to drop off this package, and then I'll be going to the happy place. Thank you. The one thing I was doing while I was out of commission and not really feeling the best, I figured I'll take some of that time and work on content. So I was able to make at least a month worth of content while I was laid up in my bed and everything. So I feel like maybe I made some type of use of my time. And I feel like that was good because I've been wanting to, how do I say it, better my content, better my Instagram, because I feel like my Instagram it's okay, but of course I would love to get my followers up and make my content a little bit more appealing. And I want not only my content, but for my post part of it, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing, because I feel like my business alone is very much aesthetics and the colors and the scheme. And then I want to have where it's basically a brand color scheme for my Instagram or for any of my social platforms. I want it to be my colors, my business to be within that color palette. That makes sense. And I don't want it to be where it's all over the place, because there's a lot of times where you can go on somebody's Instagram or somebody's social media and then they have pink, yellow, green, whatever, and you don't even know what their colors are. So I felt like I was starting to wave over to that kind of thing, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay consistent. I want to stay on brand. So I started working on that the other day, and I started working on pre-posts and different things like that, just so I can stay within the color scheme and everything, because I don't want it to be where it's something where my colors are all over the place. And like I said, my brand is very much aesthetics, and that's something I thrive on, because my aesthetics and how I want my colors and everything to look. So I feel like my social media should match that as well. So I've been working on that a lot for the past couple of days. That's mainly the only thing I've been doing. And hopefully it shows as the days go by what I've been trying to do and how I've been trying to go back onto branding, because I started out that way. And then it's just like I just went another way, and then I'm trying to guide myself back onto what I've been trying to do. And your social media doesn't have to look like everybody else's. You don't have to try to make it where it looks perfection. And sometimes they say, using AI is not the best way, whatever, or using it. I feel like you use whatever works best for you. Post wise, I feel like there's nothing wrong with using AI. This is my personal opinion. But reels and different things like that, I think reels is where the authentic post should come. That should be where you show your work, you show what you do, you show everything. That's where all of that should come from when you come to your reels. But I'm not an Instagram guru. I'm still learning as I go, but I think there should be some connection between your business, you, and your followers when it comes to your reels. And then your post, I think it should just be whatever you want to post. If you want to post about your business, if you want to post about your products, then that should be where it's there. If you have information that you want them to know about sales or anything like that, then that's where I feel like post comes in. But reels should definitely be real. It should be something where you're basically showing something that you do your events, videos, different things like that. That's just my opinion, not just how I try to stay on task with my Instagram, because I want it to be cohesive, and I want it to be something where it doesn't just look like it's all over the place. So that's my little spiel. But like I said, I'm on my way to the happy place now, and I will talk to you guys once I get there. So I am now here at the happy place, And first thing I'm going to tackle is putting the labels on these candles. I have to put their labels on, the same ones that I did before, as you can see. And I don't know if I showed you guys. So I had these thank you cards. They were from, I guess, my old logo and how they looked. I'll show you. I'm kind of one of those people where I'm like, I don't want to buy more when I still have a lot left. And when I ordered these thank you cards, I think I did like 500 and I still have probably, I want to say like 50 or something left. And I was like, I'm going to order some new ones and then I'm going to obviously go with the flow of what my new branding looks like. So these are the new thank you cards. So it's the same font, the new logo, everything on there. So I'm trying to stay consistent with everything. So I'm happy with those. So I got those I did those on Canva, printed them out from FedEx, and I just picked them up the next day. I could have picked them up the same day, but I didn't go pick them up the same day, so I just went the next day. And then these are coupon cards. I don't know if you can see them. So these are coupon cards that I'm going to start giving away to customers at markets. So when they buy something, I don't know, maybe everybody will get one, or maybe I'll just do a certain amount. And it's coupons for them to buy something on the website. This will just to enhance the engagement of my website and to get people to be more familiar with shopping with me online. So the coupon is only good for the website, and it's only good for $20 or more purchases. And then you get 10% off on your purchase. So this coupon they can use, I'll probably put it in their bag once they buy something, let them know about it. Hey, I gave you a coupon, you can use it on my website, get 10% off on your order and $20 more. And then I guess hopefully that entices them to shop online, or they can give it to somebody. It doesn't matter, I don't care. They can give it to somebody for a gift, I don't know, whatever. But it's just, like I said, to entice people to shop more on my website. Because if you're at a market, most of the time, some people are out of towners, and once they see your website, if they see you at a market, they normally don't know that you have a website unless you give them a business card, unless you let them know. They don't know. So if they want to buy something maybe that they saw as a market, but they didn't get it at that time, this kind of entices them to buy it from the website. So hopefully it helps. So I got the idea from another vendor about coupons. She did it if somebody bought, I think, $100 worth of stuff, but I didn't want to do it like that. But it's still a good way of still getting that customer engagement and getting people to shop with you. So these are my new thank you cards. These go in my orders that I get online. So I put these in the order other than the other ones. I'm still going to use up the other ones first because we don't waste over here. I'm going to use those up first, and then once I get finished with those, then I'll start using these. So now let me start with putting these labels on these candles. And once again, these are things that I have in my house, and I'm trying to bring it slowly but surely still over here and make sure I have everything in my storage unit. And my candles, they've been doing pretty well, honestly. Hopefully, I was hoping that would be sold out, but we all wish that we'll sell out on them. But other than that, they've been doing okay. So I think I need to promote them a little bit more than what I'm doing. So I will say that I think that is my fault because I'm not promoting them as much as I should. But with the, I guess, new interaction and what I was saying earlier about my content and everything like that, I did incorporate more for my candles. So hopefully that does help. But it's a consistent thing, trying to make sure that you stay on top. You don't want to just promote one thing and say if I just stay on promoting soaps, nobody will know I have candles, nobody will know I have robes. They don't know anything else that my business sells. They don't know about my lashes, lash line. So I try to make sure I stay consistent on evenly on all my products, not just focused on one thing. Of course, soaps is so easy to promote, and a lot of times the soap just sells itself. But I don't want it to just be about my soaps. I want people to see everything that Annick has to offer. So making sure that I promote everything is really important to me. I don't want to just focus on one thing. So I think I've been doing good on that front. But I just still have to stay consistent when it comes to my idea and doing my content and different things. Like that is my goal, because out of everything that I have and everything that I do with my business, that is one of the things that I am lacking the most. And I hate to say it, but I'm being honest with myself, and that's something I need to focus more on. because everything else I feel like I'm on the money with. But when it comes to content and being consistent with that, I feel like I'm good. And then I'm so slow, and then good, slow. So it's like and I need to stay consistent with it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can contest to feeling that same way and feeling like this is something I can relate to because they probably do the same thing. But consistency is always the key with anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to stay consistent. And I'm saying that, and I'm saying it to myself also, because I would be someone to where I feel like if it's not working, when I want it to start working, I'll give up on it. And it's not a good trait. So I have been better with not doing that and making sure that I continue on, even if I don't feel like I'm seeing the results that I think I should be seeing at the moment. I'm still continuing to push on and not give up and keep doing what I'm doing, because at the end, I know that it's going to pay off. It has to pay off. Make this work. So I'm going to put these labels on this candle, and then I have to move on to my next task. Okay, so I finished with the candle labels, and now I'm putting the tags on my robes for the market on Saturday. I like to put tags on my robes, even though all my robes have my label on them, so like my tag on them already. But I still like to put obviously tags for them. I think it just looks more appealing and people see it and they don't have to ask you how much is this or whatever. That's one thing I do not like. And not that I don't like people asking me questions. I don't like that customers have to ask how much something is. I want them to be able to browse and see the cost of whatever it is that's on my table. So I try to make sure I have pricing for everything that's whatever I have out. I want them to be able to see the pricing and see how much it is, what's the name of it, and for it to just be right in their face. They don't even have to ask, because a lot of times some people don't want to ask. When you go to markets, they don't want to ask you, or maybe your booth is busy. They don't want to have to try to find whose booth it is to try to find out how much something is. And then sometimes people get discouraged and they're just like, oh, forget it, never mind. So that's one thing I don't want. I don't want people to get discouraged to not want to buy because they can't figure out the price of something. So I always make sure my prices, my business name, everything is just visible. You don't even have to ask, it's there. So as far as with the robes, like I said, I fill out the label on the outside and then I just put it on there, and then once it's on the robe they could just look at it, see how much it is or whatever the price is or what kind of robe it is. Everything is listed on the tag. And even with my butter soaps, everything has the price on it, because like I said, I'm one of those people where if I go somewhere and I don't know what the price is or I can't see the price, me being the introvert, I sometimes probably don't even want to go through the hassle of asking somebody. So I'm just like, whatever, and then I might leave it. It depends on what it is. If I really want it, then I'll ask. But if it's something where I just thought it was cute and just curious, and maybe I might buy it, maybe I won't, then I would ask. But I would rather just be able to see it. That way I don't have to have human interaction if I don't want to at the time. I know that sounds so bad when I own a business and everybody's like, how did an introvert own a business? But it's like those things where it's like code switching. I turn it on, you turn it off. And I have to turn it on, put my big girl panties on, and I just do what I gotta do. Well, so I found out that my steamer is too strong for my power bank. Every time I plug it in, turn it on, the power bank shuts off. So I looked into it and this is too strong, takes too much power other than for my power bank. So my robes I'm gonna have to do at home. I'm gonna have to steam them at home. So I'm gonna have to take them home with me and steam them. So on to the next task. I'm going to go through these bags that I have for the market. I still have my bags packed from the last market because I knew this one was coming up and I didn't really want to unpack and do the whole thing. So I kept most everything in the bags already. Some of the things that says, like I said, because I'm not going to take 2 tables, so some things I'm probably going to take out and then just leave for 1 table. And then that way I don't have so much stuff in these bags, where right now I have 3 bags. I probably only will need 2 bags depending on what I bring. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and start that process now, because the boss is on her way to help me with loading, and we don't want no issues with the boss. So start that now. Okay, beauties. So at this point, let me just address something. Not that it needs to be addressed, but I want to talk about my wardrobe. As most of you have probably already seen in my other videos, I love a baggy pants, sweatpants preferred, baggy shirt, extra large, because I like to be comfortable. When I'm doing stuff like this in my happy place, or setting up for my market or whatever, I don't want stuff to be tight on me. I've gone through the tight phase of everything has to be tight, and now I'm in a whole nother world where I like loose, like 2 size bigger loose. And that's only when I'm doing things like what I'm doing right now, cleaning, doing in my happy place where I'm moving stuff around, I'm putting together, I have to lift this, I have to lift that. Like I've told you guys before, I sweat like crazy, and I think it's 10 times worse when I have something tight on. So doing these kinds, it's so much easier for me. It's comfortable for me when I just have on loose, comfortable clothes, like something you would wear at home, relaxing. That's my go-to as my outfit when I'm here at the happy place. I just like to be comfortable. I like to wear what makes me feel comfortable and that I like. So you probably rarely will see me wear something tight fitted. Now your girl be putting them, okay, don't get it twisted. Let's just say that. Don't get it twisted. She be putting them outfits, don't have me tag y'all on my person. But work-wise, I just like to be comfortable, and I just like for things to be loose, and I don't really want to feel clothes tightness and being uncomfortable when I'm doing all this. So I just thought I'd address that and say that. And it's okay to be baggy saggy sometimes, girls. You don't have to always be wearing that tight stuff. If you got it, it's still gonna show. So don't worry about it not showing, because as you can see with me, I can't hide it. It's still gonna be there. It's still gonna show regardless of what I wear. So I just want to point that out. That's all.
Amamali wa duwe la gao, ne ma duwe la lao. Ay alile, male di lao buwa di lao. Amamali wa duwe la gao, ne ma duwe la gao.
So I am leaving the happy place now. It is so hot. My goodness, it is so hot. If you're a Floridian, the weather is just, I don't know. It'd be on another level for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I'm leaving happy place. I already packed up my bags for the market on Saturday. My mom came and she helped me pack them up. Once the boss comes, strictly business. So right now I'm on my way to my dentist appointment. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm gonna finish doing my robes that I was supposed to be doing while I was there at the happy place. But like I said, the steamer was too strong for what I was trying to do. Or it was too strong basically for my power bank, which is crazy because like I said, when I first bought it, it said that pretty much anything can be used on there, and a steamer. But anyway, I guess I have to get a steamer that's not as strong, or one that doesn't have to be plugged in, one that you can charge. So that'll be on my list of things that I need. But so I was telling you guys earlier regarding being consistent on my social media platforms. I really am trying to stay consistent on that. Even my mom gets on me sometimes when it comes to my social media because she knows that I could be doing more and I could be putting more effort into it than what I've been doing. So that's my goal, I think, is to be more consistent. And I feel like a broken record. I feel like I say that all the time. But it is something that I have to drive into my head and drive into myself. And it has to be something that I know for sure that I need to be consistent on and make sure that that's something that I focus on, because I feel like my YouTube, yes, I feel like I've been doing very well since I got back on YouTube. I've been putting my 2 videos out a week, doing my shorts, doing those things. And I think that that's been really consistent on that part. But the other part is making sure that the other platforms getting enough attention, just like I'm putting into my YouTube. And I know it doesn't it's not overnight. It's not something that I'm going to start doing and then I'm going to be amazing at it and then the followers are just going to magically come. I've seen there's YouTubers who've probably been YouTubing for at least 3-4 plus years and they're just getting the following count that they want. So I know it takes time and it takes consistent effort, and that's one of my, I guess you can say, my negatives that I feel about myself, is that being consistent and not feeling like, okay, it's not working out the way that I planned in my mind that it should be, and then I give up. So I never want that to be where I get to a point where I'm feeling like, okay, I'm just going to give up because this is not working out the way that I want, and it's not happening as soon as I want it. So we all fall short and feel like, oh, this is not working, and we just want to give up. That's a normal small business feeling. I know I feel it. I know my other friends of mine that have small business, they feel it too, where you feel like this is not working out. I've been doing this for X amount of years and I'm just not getting anywhere. I think if you start feeling that way, and this is what I do, and this is how I feel, and this is what I need to do myself, is figure out a game plan to try to, I guess, see what you're doing wrong, try to figure out what that is you're doing wrong, and then what you can do to fix whatever it is that you think that you're doing wrong. And I say that because when I first started doing markets, my main thing that I started doing was research. I went on YouTube, I watched people's videos, I watched so many videos about markets and setups and what people bring and what they shouldn't bring and what you need. And it got to a point where people were just like, oh my God, you're so prepared and you're prepared for everything. And reason being is because, like I said, I did research on markets before I even did my first market. It was like probably 2 months later from when I started doing research that I did my first market. And then I had my cousin who I would help do markets with, so I got information and I learned from her as well. But it's the same thing. And I feel like it's the same thing for me with doing content, is I need to start teaching myself more and learning more and taking these steps to learn what are algorithms, what are people looking at, how should I change what I'm currently doing, or how should I make my content a little bit more engaging, or if it's not engaging, and what should I do next, and what is staying consistent, what is that going to look like, and all those things. It's just one of those things where I have to stay with it, because at this point, like I said, this is my job. So wanting to make sure I do a good job, and I want my business to succeed, and I want it to be on a platform where it can just sell itself. And that's my goal. That's something that's always been my goal, and that's my major goal. And not staying on a staggered level with my business is another thing. I always want to, I'm here. I did the beauty thing where it's just beauty. Now I want to go to loungewear, and I want to go here, and then candles. So I'm always wanting to move a tier up. I never want to stay on the same tier. I always want to move a tier up. And that's where I feel like I'm at. And I never want to just stay comfortable, because when you're comfortable, that's when, nothing happens. That's when you don't move. So that's my little rant on that. And it's basically me talking to myself too. It's me telling myself to better what I'm doing and better what I'm trying to do. So, like I said, I always want to move to the next level and never be stagnant and feel like I'm just doing the same thing and being bored. Because if I get bored, then I know that maybe people who are watching me get bored, or people who are trying to tune in or trying to be supportive are getting bored. So I don't want that to happen, because you definitely won't get any followers like that. So, and there's times where you watch someone and then you're like, oh, this is boring, or this is like, what is the point? And I don't want to feel that way. And I always get advice from people who I know who've been doing YouTube, people who watch YouTube consistently, who've been following other YouTubers, and you get ideas from that. But like I said, I don't want to be like somebody else. I only want to be myself. But you still want to get, if you want to be, I don't know, you want to be the next Nicki Minaj, you want to try to follow the steps that Nicki Minaj did to get to be Nicki Minaj. Now, if you don't have the flow like Nicki Minaj, then there's really no way for you. But you guys get what I'm saying. But so I'm just going to continue to work on me and work on what I need to work on. And as far as when it comes to my content, and hopefully you guys continue to follow me, or if you're new, you start following me and subscribe to my videos and support me. Leave me comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something more that you guys want me to do or show you, or if you have questions, just let me know, because I'm here to learn. If you've been doing this for a while and you have some advice for me, I would love to get constructive criticism. That I feel like that's the best way to learn. And I'm like an open book. I always want to learn and learn new tactics, learn new ways of doing something. If there's a way that can better or save me money, that's the number one key. Save me money, then I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. So until next time, beauties, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this vlog up. But thank you so much for being with me today. And I will see you guys next time. And as always, please like and share this video and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.